The mind is the most powerful tool in your arsenal. I created this podcast as a daily supplement for you to invest into your thinking. This is your
daily mind medicine.
What's up, crew? Welcome to another Mind Medicine. I am amped, and I hope that wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can find some things to get amped about in your world as well. I'm looking out the window, and it's a beautiful morning here in Nashville, and as I do often, I'm reflecting back on history, my family's history, where I came from, and it's always fun looking back to connect the dots, looking back to have that crystal clear 2020 vision. And I'm grateful for the mistakes, because if we're being honest, I think that at least 50%, maybe more, of where I'm at in life today, where I'm at in our businesses today, is not necessarily because of what I got right, but it's because of what I got wrong. And let me explain that to you. I see people craving every day for recognition and craving every day for, money, success. They want the reviews and the ratings. And I like all those things too. In fact, I think that sometimes, even at the place I'm at now, I can get distracted with those things. And I'll go through seasons, a couple days at a time, where I'll become more interested in, the ratings and the followers and whatever than I am in true impact. And it's always interesting because it never goes away. I have never outgrown that desire to be known or to be recognized. And I think that it's an agent of humanity, the need to be recognized. It's tribal, it's evolutionary. And what I've really learned is to lean into not necessarily eliminating that temptation, not eliminating that from my life, but rather having strong people around me who can call me out on it. But anyways, it's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the mistakes and the seasons of my life where things didn't work. And without those seasons, I would not have developed the philosophy that I have today. I wouldn't have developed the appreciation for people that I have. I would not have developed. Now, I wouldn't be able to appreciate our team at Traffic and Funnels if at some point in the not so distant history we had not had a bad team. I wouldn't be able to appreciate, even let's just go surface level. I wouldn't be able to appreciate the vehicles that we drive and my wife drives if at some point in the not so distant past we didn't have anything to drive. Now, I wouldn't appreciate the home that we get to live in if at some point in the past we didn't have the nice living environment that we have today. In fact, if you look at it, the height of your life is actually measured against the depth of your life. It's the great moments at the top are actually measured comparatively against the dark moments in your life. There is no light without dark. There's no height without depth. There's no up without down. There's no good without bad. It's amazing to me how many people, they would rather avoid pain. They would rather avoid risk. They would rather avoid problems altogether. And what they end up doing is they don't understand that the secret ingredient of all successful people is actually pain. It's actually risk. It's actually failure. Because only in those trying times do we build the reservoir of patience, the reservoir of perseverance, the reservoir of the ability to think despite bullets flying at you, proverbially speaking. It's only in those dark moments. And we understand this in other areas. We understand that you can't grow muscle without hurting muscle. We understand that you can't lose weight without creating a deficit. But what about in your business? What about in your life? What about you can't necessarily grow confidence without experiencing first a deficit? See, we don't want to do those things. We don't want to put out content if nobody's watching or listening because it hurts. It's a deficit. But my friends, in the absence of pain and in the absence of problems, you get immaturity. In the absence of pain, you get immaturity. In the absence of problems, you get entitlement. You get all of the fruit of the negativity that you're trying so hard to avoid. I would rather lean in. I would rather lean in. I would rather lean in, because the byproduct of pain, if you go through it the right way, is endurance. The byproduct of risk is reward. The byproduct of all these things that people try to avoid are actually great things. That's all I got for you today. Keep pressing in, keep leaning in, and no matter where you're at or whether you think you're far along or you're not, you're moving in the right direction, and that's actually what matters day to day. See ya.
DailyMindMedicine.com